Hello, everyone, and a very good evening from me and Chaitanya to all. To start off, I'm Abhishek, 43 years of age, fashion designer and academician based out of Calcutta. And why am I here? The answer to that would be that I got married. And yeah, you heard it right. I got married, but to a man. And that's Chaitanya Sharma sitting next to me.
A very good evening to everyone. I am Chaitanya Sharma from Gurgaon, 32 years old and into digital marketing. And as you heard Abhishek really well, yes, I am his socially married husband.
Well, we got married on the 3rd of July this year, and like any other couple madly in love would do. But the only difference here, it was that, it was two men tying the knot, living in a society where same-sex marriages are still considered as a taboo, and millions of people who have dreams in their eyes of doing the same as what we did. Today, we would like to share our journey with all of you, which, of course, was not a smooth one. And this evening, we do realize that, what we have achieved is nothing less than spreading smiles across the globe, across the entire universe, as we get messages from everywhere, all over the countless LGBTQ faces.
So we met on a popular social media platform during the lockdown, mid 2020, and we connected really well. Uh, and I remember, I still remember during our initial chats and video calls, we started to getting to know each other slowly. And when this flight started, is when I decided to come down to Kolkata to meet Abhishek. And initially, I had my guards up about meeting someone whom I met only over the social media. But I think after meeting Abhishek for almost 2 weeks, I was here, and after meeting him, I think I realized there was no pretension or lie. It was only love and longing to be with someone uh, who is very understanding, caring, and ready to take the world with challenge, which none of us are sure how to fight with.
Uh, we realized that we loved each other a lot. Okay. And we also saw ourselves together in future. Two guys come from two completely different communities, him being a Marwari and me being a Bengali. Coming together was not going to be an easy battle to win. So this part I knew right from day one. Okay. And as he went back to Gurgaon, I promised him that, I would visit his family, and I would tell them that, we would want to get married. And with this intention in head, I booked my tickets in the coming month to Gurgaon, and uh, with no planning, or what would you call it, like no plan of action as to how to execute this mammoth task of putting across this word to his family that we want to get married. Chaitanya had already come out to his family, and I have lost both my parents, and but still we had to break the ice. So I reached Gurgaon, and it was during this time that we went to the Taj Mahal to see the Taj Mahal, and in a rather filmy way, Chaitanya proposed to me, and which kind of sealed the deal. And I did not hesitate at all to come back and immediately talk to his mom that I would want to get married to his son. And we also at the same time told her that we wanted to do it in just in a way in which any other marriage happens, with all the rituals, with all the ceremonies, with all the hullabaloo that an Indian wedding is associated with. Well, initially she hesitated. Initially she had a lot of inhibitions, but eventually love wins.
So by this time in mid 2021, both of our family knew about us, and they also agreed to our decision of getting married. And to be very honest, in any relationship, it's not only the rosy talks work, but also your action should speak about how much you love the other person and how much valuable or important that person is in your life, right? So I decided to take a big step, and I declared Abhishek as my spouse in my company provided health insurance policy. And I still remember when I shared my health insurance card to him, we both had tears in our eyes. So after this big step of declaring him as my spouse at workplace, same time we also got to know from someone that in India there are few banks, they offer a joint bank account to same-sex partners. So yes, we did open our first joint bank account as well in mid 2021 before we got married.
Um, I'm 43 years old, like literally 11 years elder to Chaitanya. And at this age, and with quite a few breakups before him, Chaitanya came into my life as a fresh breath of air with the promises of love, care, and responsibility. As we started planning our wedding, a lot of hurdles kept cropping up, but we kept dealing with it one by one. And very soon it was the day that, we were actually going around the fire, taking the oaths of being and living with each other together forever. Family, society, friends, and acquaintances all came to bless us. And today, when we look back at it, we cannot help but think as to all the harsh times that both of us have actually gone through while growing up as children. School, college, society, family had not really been very accepting the way we were as children. Okay, being bullied was like a regular happening for us, for both of us, in fact. But the fact that we did not break down or we did not give in to it is what that brings us to you today.
Yeah. So Abhishek, I guess, did his schooling in 80s and I did in 90s. But nothing has changed, really changed during these 10 years when when we looked back to people, how they dealt with LGBTQ community members, right? And sometimes world try to make you something which you are not, but you know from within who you are, right? And some people might have courage to break free and not accept the limitation imposed on them by family or maybe relatives or friends, right? And at the same time, you cannot live a lie, right? Living a lie will put you in mess, and you might be in depression. And so living a lie is definitely not an option for it, for any of us, right? And at the same time, ignoring these conversation is like to behave if the truth is not true, right? And in today's society, we constantly live under the fear as to what people will say if we try to break the so-called boundaries created by a society running from ages. And we are in 21st century. We should live fearlessly, following our hearts and dream. And at the same time, your sexual orientation and preferences should be your choice, and it should not be dictated by anybody else, right?
With me, I realized at a very early age in my childhood that, I was attracted to the same sex, but I could never really gather the courage to come out. Okay. It's only with the fear of being ostracized. Throughout my educational journey from school to university, it took a lot of time dealing with people, self reconciliation, and above all, the courage to come out proudly the way I am today. As we keep moving on as a civilized and educated society, we have to realize that every individual has the right to live their life in their own terms. Okay. And we need to be kind to everyone with their choices. Uh, to me and Chaitanya, our wedding was just another wedding. Okay. Like the way anybody gets married, any girl gets married to a boy. But once we did it, okay, we realized as to what a big act of social responsibility that we have done. Okay. The reaction that we got from all over the world over the internet. made us realize that we have done something extremely responsible, encouraging millions of people to come out and be vocal about their life, choices, rights, and preferences.
And I think we should stop asking people to change their identity when we can't even change our mentality, isn't it? So, and to be very honest, after we got married, uh, the best part of being married is that now when we walk down to the street, people won't just see two guys; they have to see a family, right? And yes, it was just another wedding like any other boy and girl.
I guess that's about it. But in conclusion, what I would like to say is that our story, and from our experience, that you never really know the true impact you have on those around you. How much someone needed that smile you gave them, or how much your kindness has turned someone's life around. Don't wait for better circumstances or someone else to change. Okay, use your smile to change the world. Don't let the world change your smile. And you never know that you are braver than you believe, you are stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Well, that's about it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, just believe in yourself, and as we always say, love is love and love wins. So yeah, that's about us. That was our story.
Thank you.